So we have the mobile application that mirrors our check-in capabilities for our job sites that we can now provide to security guards that are on site. So in a sense, it gives a project site the capability of basically going hardwareless, right? Just using software and then having workers with their QR code, their unique QR code that they're emailed when they're onboarded, scanned by an iOS or an Android app, checks them into the site, gets you the same type of insights that any of our hardware, like our BLE sensors, would be able to provide at the end of the day. And then you can also check them out when they're leaving too. So did you want to talk about that a little bit more, Jay?
Yeah, so actually this app had an interesting background. Like people working with, like how you have seen those large big handheld devices where you can scan someone's badge and it will give a pop-up and all those things. What we did see, like one of the struggle point we saw was like a lot of the job sites, data centers, airports and everything. When you go deep inside the site, there's no connectivity. So a lot of our customers were started facing some issues like it would lose connectivity. As soon as it lost connectivity, it wouldn't scan anyone and so on. And there was a lot of hardware dependency which we were trying to reduce. Like now they had to carry a special device to go and scan workers. Why couldn't they use something that they already have in the pockets and just scan a worker? Why did it needed something specific to be carried around like another device? So we decided that the first version of the Kwant app, like this is a phase one of the Kwant app, and we are planning multiple phases. But the phase one of the Kwant app idea was to like simplify some of those processes. So why not create something like an app where you can simply scan a worker, like using a QR code and get their information, get their credentials, and verify if they are the correct worker or not when they are working on the job site, or even look at if they have any expired certificates, expired documents, and so on. So, like, let's say if I am a security guard at the job site, I can simply log in, download an app. It's available both on iOS, Android. As soon as I download the app, it will verify me that I'm the correct person, and it will show me which zone I'm accessing right now. So, like, let's say a worker is let's say a security guard goes and walks into zone B. They can simply go select that zone over here and see and start verifying the workers. The verifying the workers also allows them to check in a worker. So this can allow your job site to go hardwareless also. So like let's say you have an iPad at the job site and workers walk in, you simply have your guard standing with an iPad. They can show their badge. Each badge, not even a badge, like you can show a mobile QR code that you get once you have onboarded into Quant. You can show that QR code and it will simply allow you to check in. So like let's say I go here, I check the QR code, and it will show which worker it is, and it will check them in at this and show the timestamp at when they were checked in. It will also show you a flag if this worker has any expired documentation, like or approaching expiring. So, like let's say for this worker, William, his OSHA 30 is about to not technically expire, but it's about 10 years are about to be over for his OSHA 30, and it's time for him to redo the training, or his SST 40 is about to be expired, or some other document. So you can review that. Feature that we are planning to add in the next phase. Let me show you. I don't have technically the screenshot right now with me, but you can see this flag button. So like let's say if a worker is flagged, you can simply go and click on the flag icon and raise the issue that why he was flagged, and you see another issue happening with this worker. And even a worker that is not technically flagged or anything, you can still mark them flagged. Like let's say I walk into the job site, I don't have proper PPE on me. A guard can simply click on the flag icon and raise that this worker was not wearing proper PPE, or like let's say you are doing a review on the job site on a hazardous activity that is about to happen, and you see some of the equipment, something missing, you can simply go and flag a worker. That is the next phase that we are planning to add to the verification app,
Yeah.
and it will send a notice to the admin that, hey, this worker has been flagged.
I think that this app gives us a lot of adaptability, and it's a really great tool, not just for checking people in, but like, the next couple phases, because some of the feedback we've been getting is, well, we all know that no two job sites are the same, right? We
Yeah.
need a solution that can adapt to any job site. So that's one really good use case for it. But the other is during safety audits or just safety walkthroughs, seeing workers that are in an area that might not be wearing PPE and being able to basically take note of something while you're in the field with their badge right in front of you and logging something on the spot as well. That's kind of like what the vision is that we're trying to approach, right, in those next couple phases, right?
Yeah, this was similarly like idea behind this also is that like when I come to a job site or when I have my phone and it has internet, it has network, or it's connected to your company's Wi-Fi, it syncs all the workers. Now I can go anywhere deep inside the job site if I'm working on a wind farm or somewhere, and I can just carry my phone and scan a worker. It will have its data loaded already. So it's a very lightweight app, but it still has it can maintain database for large thousands of workers, and it can simply scan, you can simply verify the documents, check them in, come back outside. As soon as you have connectivity, it will sync all the records automatically. So it also gives you that functionality of taking your phone remote and verifying workers in remote locations where it's difficult to verify.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, no two job sites are the same. So you might have an area where you need to check in someone at a bus stop, or you might have an area where you're trying to check in every single person that's going into a confined area on site, very specific location, stuff like that, where it might not be feasible to have a sensor always with them, something like that, right? So I think that, the next couple of phases we got some great feedback on. And I've also had some like wild thoughts. I want to know what you think about this, Jay. In terms of feasibility, how far are we from like integrating with meta glasses or something where you can be out in the field and just see the workers and all their information above their head without even having to scan them? Are we close to that?
Yeah, I guess till the time Meta opens their API, I think we are very close. I mean, yeah, it's doable. Like, it's not something that's very out of the realm thing. Like, one of the customer approached us that along with QR code, can you add facial verification to this? Like, I don't want to scan QR codes. I want to scan a worker's face and verify if it's the correct worker or not. That's also doable. Like, right now we are in a phase that your wildest possibilities are doable. So yeah, it's doable. I think the only thing that we need to identify is what is safe, what is unsafe, and how much we want to venture into that part. Like, is wearing a meta glasses safe on the job site?
Mhm. Yeah, good point. In terms of the next couple of phases, just to finish off the mobile app, are we going to look into maybe some worker profiles as well for them to log in on their end down the line? Maybe not the next phase, but a couple of phases down the line.
Like, if you're talking about worker profile, you're talking about in terms of an app that is dedicated to the worker. We are still exploring that idea. We are seeing some resistance among workers that they don't want to carry any phones or anything with them, or
Right.
because a lot of the construction workers, they don't use company phones. It's their personal devices. So it's not like they don't find it beneficial that why do they need to use their personal devices to have an company related app. But we are exploring some opportunities here that how we can encourage the workers that you can use the Kwant app. We are not using it to track you or anything. We are just using it to like share your information so that, like, let's say you move from job site A to job site B. You don't have to do your onboarding again and again and again. You can just use your app, you can just use your profile and pre-populate anything, and it will be like, rather than spending 30 minutes to do your onboarding, you can be done in 5 to 10 minutes and just spend your time on that critical part of understanding the job site, watching the safety session and those things. That's
Right.
one avenue that we are trying to explore on the worker side of things. It is there on our product vision list. Hopefully we will be able to think about it, like bring it up in the future.
And like gamification as well, right? Like worker
Yeah.
rewards, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, worker reward was an interesting point that also came as a part of multiple customers' feedback that
Mhm.
uh, how you can encourage workers to on the job site, like not just about like productivity as a point, like you can say encourage in terms of safety, like the safer the worker, the faster the work is going to be completed. So like creating a reward system, and the reward system doesn't necessarily need to come out of us. We just need to identify that what are the safe strategies that the worker needs to follow and just see if they're following them. If they're following them, it's up to the customer how they want to reward them. They can reward them. It can be a point-based system. It can be anything. We want to keep it open for the customers that you decide how you want to reward your workers. We just want you to help you understand that by doing these activities, this worker is creating a safe job site for you.